deliver the mandate through the Department of Public Works and Roads. Discussions were initiated in the 6th administration to consider establishing a road agency to house the road infrastructure delivery mandate. This matter of the road agency in the province is still a matter that must be considered and submitted from the department through the necessary structures of ESCO for us to look at the merits of the proposal. I'm happy that we have been joined in this meeting by representatives of ISA, who will present later during the day the project submitted for funding, and if possible, comment on the institutional arrangement point that I've raised earlier. The mandate for delivery of infrastructure in South Africa is implemented through the National Infrastructure Plan 2050, which was gazetted in March 2022 as the blueprint to guide government and private sector's role in the planning, the financing, and implementation of this infrastructure. The NIP is an implementation plan for the achievement of objectives contained in the National Development Plan 2030. I've been informed that the 6th administration developed a provincial mega infrastructure plan which is yet to be adopted by this committee. It is important for us to finalize this plan and align it with the National Infrastructure Plan 2050 for adoption in the next committee meeting. The adoption of this provincial infrastructure plan will assist us to coordinate planning and integration to drive both public spending and private sector investment in key infrastructure nodal areas. Members, according to the NIP 2050, it is estimated that the cost of delivery of infrastructure will exceed 6 trillion by 2040, with energy and transport accounting for over 72% of this expenditure, which is just about 4.3 trillion. In addition, the NIP 2050 identifies a list of areas requiring capacity building interventions, from which I will only list the following with specific relevance to the Northwest Province: the public-private cooperation and stimulation of competition, industrial development and localization, which focuses on the developments around special economic zones, delivery of an Africa regional infrastructure program, which will focus on connecting our country to the regional markets in SADC in particular. Our province is strategically located with proximity to Botswana, Namibia, and Zambia to attract investment in major road, rail, and air transport. The Kopfontein border is part of the 6 ports identified for redevelopment. We hope Ramatlabama will be added to the wider ports development program to build designated freight villages to support an integrated regional and local economies. Colleagues, water infrastructure delivery is one of the key priorities contained in the NIP 2050, and in particular, the capacity to deliver and finance those projects. One of the key governance failures in municipalities are around water, and this threatens access to many of our people. We are also home to many mines whose production processes require water, but this also poses a threat to the water quality and the environment. The Dr. K.K. Kaunda Ngaka water pipeline should be formalized and costed for submission to ISA and DWS for funding and implementation. There is no time really for us to waste. Time is running out. It is projected that if we don't do anything, out of the 13 major water projects, there will be a deficit financially by 2040. Signs are already there with the water restrictions in major metros in Gauteng and the rest. I've chosen to elevate my input to focus on the NIP 2050 in order to assist this committee to make a distinction between line function departmental infrastructure projects and major strategic infrastructure projects whose delivery carry significant economic implications for the province. So that distinction has to be drawn. This focus may extend the committee's interest to some of the projects listed here under. As I conclude, I'm hoping for very good news from ISA that the Northwest will feature prominently when the President delivers the State of the Nation address in February 2025, and later in our own provincial state of the province. I may not have the facts immediately available, but I suspect that our province may be the least funded for strategic infrastructure projects in the country. But this picture has to change, and I hope that DG, if additional technical capacity is required, we must be honest with ourselves and act with the necessary speed to procure such expertise. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can we go to 1.2, which is the introduction? We'll start from the right, go this way, and come this way. DG?
Thank you very much.